Hello everybody, welcome back to my sewing room. Today I have a tale of woe, misery, caution and wisdom, hard-earned wisdom at that. The last couple of weeks I've been having increasingly painful and debilitating muscle spasms in my lower right hand back and my buttocks, and the culprits are threefold. Number one, the rubbish little chair that I sit in. Since I've been working here in this little area that's just off my kitchen, I haven't had a proper chair. I've been sitting in a really hard old kitchen chair with, no support in it. It is not fit for purpose, basically. There is nothing about it that makes it suitable for sitting in for periods of time with your foot going like this. Right. So that's that. Despite me knowing everything, I mean, I've worked in sedentary jobs. All my working life has been sort of office based. And all the advice about, make sure your feet are the right. Yeah, ignored it. Went with that. Just been playing chicken with it basically. So there's that. Second culprit. My cutting table is the kitchen table. Nah, it's a bad idea as well. Even at 5'3", something that's quite all right for feeding your children and your family dinner is not good for chip-chopping away at 2 or 3 hours a day like this and sewing stuff, pinning stuff together. That's the second culprit. The third culprit, not taking enough breaks, because my daughter goes to school at about the 8 o'clock and I get straight in here and I can have peace and tranquility and nobody bothering me for a fairly good long run of hours till about 3 o'clock when she gets back, and then it's time to start dinner and what have you. So, but in amongst all of that, particularly the third part, is my bipolar condition. So the sewing is kind of wrapped up in this in a positive and a negative way. The positive is that my sewing helps offset the constant dribble that's running through my head. So when I'm sewing and I'm focused on this, it just creates a wall from whatever cycle I might be in. Unfortunately, if I am quite high, quite manic, sewing is the perfect partner to see you through whatever you're doing. And if I'm in one, I have no internal break that will say, just, it's 9 o'clock, stop it, you've been at this. But then even when I go to bed, it's still going through my head. So I find it very difficult to see objectively that I've done enough and I've been at something for 6 hours, and really and truly you can sit down for a minute now. You've done as much as you can possibly do. So those are the three things that I would advise people to do. Is take a little break, get out, roll your shoulders, do a few yoga poses like that not downward facing dog, because that's, oh no, not me, just not, I can't do it. Child pose. Give your back, those muscles a nice big stretch out. Because the other thing is I'm here on my own as well. So if you're in work, 1 o'clock comes, everybody goes off for your lunch and you take a mental break, you have a cup of tea, or as my own particular favourite used to be, was having a little cigarette, cheeky cigarette round the corner, and just let your brain unfold, unwind, leave things behind. But hopefully production will start back up again in a couple of days, but like I said, I will be addressing the chair situation, and I won't be looking at Dr. Death's Google site. I've assured myself I'm not going to be a paraplegic anytime soon, but I need to take care of it and I need to do some exercises. And if any of this might seem a bit wandery and a bit mad, it's because I'm taking some painkillers which just like jamming my reality every so often. Anyway, it brings me on to my next sort of television linked thing. Whilst I've been confined to the couch like a Victorian invalid in the dark, sipping beef broth occasionally. And my husband turning me once every few hours. I've been Netflixing it, Amazoning it, YouTubing it, falling down YouTube rabbit holes, but everybody has been talking about the Great British Sewing Bee, and I'm like a bold child saying, no, I don't want to watch it, because my ego is so fragile. And I'm a bit competitive, and I didn't want to be skill shamed, so I was like, no, can't be bothered, it's all a load of rubbish, I'll just get on about my business here, and I'm quite alright, thank you. But anyway, so I was in forced rest, and I thought, listen, I'm going to watch it because everybody's going on about it, so I'll just watch it. And I loved it. It was wonderful. Because what I realised was that it wasn't about, who can do darts brilliantly or who can do... It's about creativity and using your skills that you have to just take something to the next level, to let your imagination run away and let it be expressed through the mode of sewing. But who, in their right mind, would be filmed making something in 5 hours, start to finish, with darts and zips, and could tell you what that takes. Respect for that, because I don't know how much confidence I'd have to do that. My only niggle, and it's something that's close to my heart, is that with the live models, with fitting something to a model, why wasn't there a plus size lady in there, say an 18 upwards? One of the models looked like a medium between a 12 and a 14 or something, but most of them were like very sylph-like. An older plus size model would have been, I think, a fair reflection of the sizes that are out there in Britain today. That would be my only niggle. And I loved all the contestants, and I loved their kind of the humility, and I loved their passion for this, what would you call it, craft, art, I don't know. But yeah, it was wonderful, it's fantastic. I've watched a few more episodes, and God, some of that stuff is frightening, making in a wool jacket. And anyway, total respect to them, they were brilliant. Might go back and watch the first season. I'll see if my back allows it. So hopefully my little space is going to be back up and running again, because I have some things on the go. And anyway, I'm doing these videos as a kind of a step up to organising my mind about what I'm going to do next. But anyway, give me a like, subscribe, give me some feedback, let me know what you thought of the British Sewing Bee, and how your work is going, and what you're working on, and what you're looking forward to for the summer, to make for the summer. I've got some things in mind as well, but I should be showing those in another video. So thank you for coming back. Come and see me again soon. Bye for now.